Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to Sondering Tarot, or if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. Today we're going to cover part 6 of my favorite major arcana cards for 2022. We're going to cover the Devil through the Star card. I have 3 right here for the Devil. And as you can see, the Lightseers Tarot right here is probably the more traditional Devil's card that we see. We also have the Magical Dogs and the Soul Cats Tarot. I really am not a fan of the traditional Devil's card. They all seem the same for me for the most part. So the non-traditional is apparently what I'm drawn to, and I find it's funny that I have a dog themed tarot and a cat themed tarot. So apparently animals are more my stick for this card, or at least their approach to it, considering these 3 cards won out. For the Lightseers Tarot, you do see a devil, which devil's usually depicted as a fallen angel, quite handsome, has strong influence, quite seductive, and he's got strings down to this man hooked to his fingers. So pulling somebody's strings, yes. Having control over somebody else, or being controlled by others. I love the approach to it versus 2 naked people in chains, chained to the devil's throne with the devil sitting on it that you usually see. The Magical Dogs Tarot, they really renamed it very well. They call it the Trickster. And in some decks, the devil card is called the Liar. So the Liar, the devil, the Trickster. I like the Trickster version of it, and you literally see a coyote dog. There's a legend about coyotes being tricksters, and this plays into that very well. That sometimes we are tricked into tying ourselves down. We're tricked by our own ego. Sometimes we fool ourselves, literally, and we need to free ourselves of that. The Soul Cats Tarot over here. I'm sorry, I am a cat lover, but I have never been a fan of the breed that has no hair. The naked cat, yes. So for me, that can be a little bit more unsettling, I suppose, for a cat breed. So the fact that they chose it for the Devil card is hilarious, but I think it's very poignant for a choice on Lisa Robinson's part. And you do see, naked people chained to this cat. I do think it's a very beautifully illustrated card. And for me, there is a little bit of an unsettling, almost creep factor because of the cat breed, but that's just my own personal feeling. It is a pretty card. I can connect with it very well. Actually, I connect to all 3 of these pretty well. They hit a little bit differently. The aesthetics are different. But given different art styles, they are very well done. And as I said, I kind of like a little bit different approach that is not traditional when it comes to the Devil card. I'm going to move that out of the way. And because I'm a Scorpio, besides the Death card, the Tower is another card that strongly connects to Scorpio. But as much as I could pull several Tower cards and call them favorites, because I'm not usually a big fan of a big castle tower being hit by lightning with people just leaping out of it or being pushed. As you can see, I chose 2 non-traditional tower cards, and they're a little bit different. Being a cats lover, I love the Soul Cats Tarot right here. It's literally a cat pushing over a lamp off a desk. If that's not cat-like, I don't know what is. I mean, nobody's leaping anywhere, but it's still destruction. And there's still change happening. And yes, there is a cause for the change. It's literally a cat pushing it off. I think this is highly appropriate from a cat deck. And kudos to Lisa Robertson for choosing this as the tower. That's hilarious. Other cat decks use like a cat tree that's tumbling over, which I do believe is the Mystical Cats Tarot. But I love this version of a tower card, and it usually gets a chuckle from me just because that is so cat-like. And then we have the Lightseer's Tarot over here. We literally see lightning hitting a home that looks like a little mini tower in the forest. So there's this force of nature that is involved in this. And believe it or not, I have other decks that are very much earth energy, and I connect to this tower more so than the towers in those decks, which is hilarious. But this one is very well depicted for nature, and I love it for a non-traditional tower. It's aesthetically pleasing, and it very much hits home. So I added it in. And last but not least, we're going to cover the star card. And these are going to be a little bit different as well. We have 4 here. We have the Soul Cats Tarot, we have the Game of Thrones Tarot, the Mermaid Tarot, and the Mystical Cats Tarot. So to point out the obvious, 2 of these are from a cat deck, so that tells you my affinity for cats right away if you don't know me. And I love how they're a little bit different in their approach, because even though they're cat decks, they look completely different if you look at them. Yes, they include stars, but it's a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with the cat ones. Let's start over here with the Mystical Cats. I do love the whole faded, you know, energy of things being out of reach, but also visible. There's sort of faded energy with the star card a little bit, and they literally use constellations in this deck, and I like that approach. There's kind of a calming energy with that, with whole stargazing. So that's why that is here. And unfortunately, this Soul Cats Tarot takes a different approach. Yes, there's the night sky. We're not pointing out constellations, but I love the fact that the star is actually on the cat's third eye right here. So there is the whole taking in information and being guided. There's receiving healing through your third eye, the whole knowing that gets kicked in through this card. Plus it's pretty. I love the artwork, which I do believe is by Adam Ohlers for this deck, and he did such a lovely job with the artwork and designing all these different cats, so I highly appreciate that. The Game of Thrones Tarot, Sansa literally lights a candle and puts it in a window to call for help. So the star in this case is actually a candle, which is a completely different take on the star card, but hope is a very big part of the star card. It's not just faded energy or a wish that we have. It's not just a rebirth, but there's hope. And this card, more than any other, speaks to me of hope, and that's because of Sansa's character. When she lights this candle, it's her last hope. And yes, it's her wish to be rescued, but this card definitely screams hope to me. So just for that one aspect, it is one of my favorite star cards. And for a very pretty non-traditional star card, I love the Mermaid's Tarot here. You literally see her with a conch shell making music and basically blowing out what looks like little bubbles into the sky that swirls around and turns into stars. There's something about that is ecstatically pleasing to me. It's it feels, I guess, more like birthing, I guess you could say. Plus, it's pretty. To quote Lisa, it's pretty. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you so much for watching for part 6 already for this particular series. I will have our final part, which covers the Moon and the World card, to the World card, out shortly. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.